Welcome to the Stoic Golden Tribe, where enduring wisdom meets the strength of presence, and where we uncover the truths modern society refuses to teach men. There's a silent desperation that's gripped too many men today, a need to prove, to pursue, to chase. They run after women, after attention, after validation, all while forgetting that true power never chases, it attracts. You've seen it, maybe you've lived it. You bend over backward to be available. You text first. You try harder. You show how loyal, how devoted, how patient you can be. But all it gets you is distance, disinterest, and disrespect. Why? Because masculine energy is not meant to chase. It's meant to anchor. In this video, we'll explore one of the most misunderstood forces in male-female relationships, the law of attraction through masculine presence. We'll go deep into historical examples of powerful love and enduring relationships that didn't begin with chasing but with magnetism. We'll study what happens when men carry themselves with quiet strength and how women naturally respond to it. We'll also dive into emotional intelligence, because being attractive is not just about appearance or dominance. It's about emotional mastery, spiritual composure, and a mind that doesn't flinch in the face of rejection or delay. This isn't a game. This is about becoming a man of such grounded presence that she either leans toward you or loses the chance forever. You won't need to beg. You won't need to prove. Your power will do the talking in silence. So stay with me through these 4 powerful chapters, because by the end of this video, you'll no longer see attraction the way you used to, and you'll never again chase what's meant to find you. Like this video, share it with a man who's been chasing his worth, subscribe for more timeless wisdom, and drop a comment below. I attract, I don't chase. Chapter 1. The energy that pulls, not pushes. There is a quiet power in a man who refuses to chase. Not because he's cold, arrogant, or indifferent, but because he understands what truly attracts. It's not desperation, it's not availability, it's not even words. It's presence. History gives us powerful glimpses of this principle in motion. Consider Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, Stoic philosopher, and perhaps one of the most composed men who ever lived. His reign wasn't built on aggressive dominance, but on stillness. He didn't go after applause, affection, or popularity. He ruled with a quiet intensity that drew loyalty. That same energy, when applied to relationships, is magnetic. Now look at the opposite. Chasing. What is it, really? Chasing is a confession. It's a man's silent admission that he believes she's worth more than he is, that her attention validates his identity, that he must earn her love by abandoning his dignity. But when a man knows his worth, he moves differently. He listens more than he speaks. He observes before he invests. He stands rooted in who he is and lets the world, including women, gravitate to that unshakable core. There's something universally compelling about grounded energy. It's why women will remember the man who spoke little but carried a presence they couldn't explain. It's why they test men, not to break them, but to see if they'll stand firm or collapse under the pressure of pursuit. You don't have to play games, you don't have to manipulate, but you must master the art of emotional detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or distant. It means you don't need the outcome. You're not in pursuit of validation or you're living in purpose. And when a woman senses that, something shifts in her. She's drawn in by the mystery of your restraint, by your ability to be kind but not needy, warm but not desperate, interested but not enslaved. Real attraction doesn't rise from movement, it comes from stillness. And here's the truth, if she must be chased, she's not ready. And if she walks away from your calm strength, she was never meant to stay. One of the most passionate real-life love stories happened during the early 20th century, the courtship between Winston Churchill and Clementine Hozier. Churchill, though a man of power and charisma, didn't flood her with constant attention or beg for her presence. Instead, he wrote her one powerful letter after another, not pleading for her, but expressing his purpose, his vision, and the man he was becoming. Clementine was drawn not to pursuit, but to mission. To a man who invited her into his world, not one who begged to enter hers. You must be that kind of man, one whose purpose is so defined, so clear, so rooted, that anyone who walks into your life feels it. That kind of energy doesn't need to beg, it doesn't need to impress. It simply is. If you're chasing, stop. If she pulls away when you stop, let her. She was never coming closer for you. She was coming for what you gave, for how easy you made it. And that's not love, that's consumption. You're not a product, you're a presence. And the moment you truly own that, the right woman will feel it. Drop a comment. I move in stillness, not desperation. Chapter 2, Masculine Mystery, the Power of Being Unreadable. In a world addicted to oversharing and over-explaining, the man who keeps something to himself becomes unforgettable. Mystery is not a game, it's a gravitational force. And women, by nature, are drawn to the unknown. You see, chasing removes all mystery. It puts your entire hand on the table. It says, here I am, take me, validate me. It leaves nothing for her to wonder about, nothing for her to feel curious about. But when you don't chase, when you don't immediately reveal our every intention, every emotion, every desire, something primal activates in her. She starts leaning in, she starts observing you the way you used to observe her. Not because you're manipulating her, but because you've reversed the natural imbalance. You're no longer giving all of your power away. Take the legendary story of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Solomon was known for his wisdom, wealth, and stature. But when the Queen of Sheba traveled to meet him, it wasn't just for alliance or trade, it was intrigue. She came to test him with hard questions, and found a man who answered with calm, poise, and depth. Solomon didn't flatter her. He didn't chase her favor. He remained composed in truth, confident in his identity. She left in awe, not because he pursued her, but because he held his power while still honoring her presence. That's the secret most men miss. You can show interest without losing your posture. You can admire her beauty without shrinking in your presence. And you can remain mysterious without being cold. Women want to feel like they're discovering you, not like they're managing you. Let her uncover you in layers. Let her lean closer to understand your mind. Let her observe how you handle silence, pressure, and distance. That's where real attraction forms, in the subtle spaces between what's said and what's felt. And don't mistake this for playing hard to get. That's childish. This is being grounded in emotional intelligence, because emotional intelligence in relationships looks like this. You don't react to her tests, you respond with calm strength. You don't over-explain your boundaries, you live them. You don't demand loyalty, your presence commands it. The man who can remain peaceful when she pulls away. The man who doesn't panic when she's unsure. The man who holds his mission over his moods. He becomes unforgettable. She may not even know why, but deep down, she respects the energy that refuses to beg for love. You are not designed to be available to everyone. You are not for constant consumption. You are a well, not a faucet. And if she's truly the right woman, she won't need to be chased. She'll feel pulled, not by pressure, but by your peace. The men who get exhausted in dating are usually the ones who give too much, too soon. The men who get admired are the ones who hold their power, even when it's tempting to give it away. Let your silence speak. Let your mystery attract. Let your purpose do the pursuit. Drop a comment. I lead with presence, not pressure. Chapter 3. When love finds the rooted man. There's a truth most men won't hear until it's too late. Chasing her doesn't make her feel loved. It makes her feel like she's better than you, and eventually she'll start believing it. That's not attraction, that's imbalance. And imbalance is always temporary. But when a man is rooted, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally, love doesn't run from him. It finds him. Not because he's playing hard to get, but because he is hard to shake. Let's revisit one of the most powerful love stories in history, John and Abigail Adams, during the birth of the United States. While most of their communication happened through letters, separated by war and politics, their love endured not because of constant pursuit, but because of mutual respect and unwavering strength. John wasn't chasing Abigail, he was building a nation. Abigail wasn't begging for attention, she was holding the home together, writing with intellect, faith, and encouragement. Their connection thrived on alignment, not availability. You see, the modern world has distorted love into performance. If you're not texting back fast enough, you're not interested. If you're not always complimenting her, you're cold. If you don't pursue aggressively, you must not care. But none of that is real love. Real love doesn't ask you to abandon yourself. Real love recognizes your rooted presence and meets you there. This is why you must develop emotional patience. You must be willing to let her take space without collapsing. You must be willing to go days, weeks, even months without begging for her attention. You must be so confident in your energy that silence doesn't rattle you, distance doesn't move you, and rejection doesn't define you, because the man who chases is often chasing more than a woman. He's chasing his worth. He's chasing closure. He's chasing healing that only presence can bring. But the man who stops chasing and stands still with power becomes the man every woman remembers. You are not less of a man for letting her walk away. You are not unworthy because she didn't choose you. You are not invisible because she didn't respond. You are a tree planted by deep waters, not a leaf blowing in the wind. The moment you begin to trust stillness, you'll begin to attract differently. The anxious women will leave. The ones who feed on attention will disappear. And the right woman, the one with strength in her own soul, will feel your stillness and want to rest in it. Your power is in your ability to wait without needing. Not because you're emotionless, but because you know your value doesn't change based on who shows up or who walks away. She will come, not to a man who begged for her love, but to a man who didn't need her love to feel like a man. Drop a comment. I stay rooted, even when she walks. Chapter 4. Become the man. She can't walk away from because you don't chase. By now you've heard it. You've felt it. The power of not chasing isn't just a tactic, it's a transformation. It turns a man from reactive to steady, from dependent to defined, from invisible to unforgettable. The truth is this: women are drawn to what they respect. They might be entertained by the chaser, but they'll only invest in the man who leads himself first. And that leadership begins with how you handle one thing: your attention. A man's attention is his most sacred offering. If you give it recklessly, key to any woman who smiles your way, to any conversation that flatters your ego, you dilute your power. But when you control it, when you protect it, when you only give it where it is earned, that's when she begins to value it. And you. Let's take a final glance back through history. Napoleon Bonaparte, known for conquest, confidence, and control, wrote deeply emotional letters to his wife Josephine. But it wasn't just his words that won her. It was the fact that even in his love, he remained centered in mission. When she took his affection for granted, he didn't beg, he didn't grovel, he pulled back, he led his empire first. And even though their relationship was strained by infidelity and distance, Josephine never lost her obsession with Napoleon. Because she knew one thing: he never gave away his crown to win her heart. That's what you must understand. If you lose yourself to gain her, you'll lose her and yourself. But if you stay rooted in your masculine power, in purpose, composure, and unshakable direction, she will either meet you there or fall away by her own lack of depth. And either way, you win. You're not here to prove your worth. You're here to build a world so full of direction and depth that the right woman recognizes she's not being chased, she's being invited. And that invitation doesn't come with pleading, it comes with posture. So let her wonder where you stand. Let her ask herself why you haven't pursued. Let her feel the distance and decide if she has the strength to meet you in your stillness. Because here's the most important truth. The woman who truly values your presence will never make you chase her. She'll respect you too much to let you. Don't apologize for your restraint. Don't question your silence. Don't doubt your path. You're not cold. You're clear. You're not unavailable. You're unshakable. And that's the kind of man who never has to chase, because everything he truly needs is drawn to him in time. Drop a comment. I don't chase. I choose. If you've made it this far, you already know the truth. Chasing is a signal that you've forgotten who you are. But the man who stands firm, who builds his kingdom, who walks in quiet power, he becomes unforgettable. Not because he ran after her, but because he walked in purpose. And let her meet him there. Don't let the world convince you that your value is proven by how fast you pursue. Real strength is in restraint. Real leadership is in presence. And real attraction is built when a man knows he's already enough. Remember, the right woman won't need a show. She'll feel your energy, sense your peace, and respect your silence, because power doesn't beg, it invites. Welcome to the kind of manhood that no longer chases, because it doesn't have to. Like this video, share it with a brother who needs to reclaim his presence. Subscribe for more truths they won't teach you, and drop a comment below. What's one way you'll move in power today?